Love Beyond the Door, a Love and Us Halloween story. The house on Waverly Hill had always stood apart from the rest, perched above the sleepy town, framed by trees that whispered when the wind passed through. People said it was haunted, but Emily Carter didn't believe in ghosts. At least, not yet. When she first saw it, she wasn't looking for history. She was looking for distance, from her breakup, from her job, from the version of herself that no longer fit. The real estate agent called it a fixer-upper with character. It had character, all right. Peeling wallpaper, a cracked staircase, and a door in the upstairs hall that refused to open. Emily ran her fingers over the faded paint, tracing the outline of the doorframe. Locked from the other side, the agent had said. But there wasn't another side. Still, she smiled. Perfect, she whispered. A little mystery never hurt anyone. Her first night in the house was quiet. Too quiet. The rain tapped softly against the windows. She brewed tea, unpacked a few boxes, and set her easel near the fireplace. Painting had always calmed her. Shapes, shadows, colors. Things she could control when the rest of life felt like static. She fell asleep on the couch that night, brush still in hand, candle burning low. At 2:17 a.m., a sound woke her. 3 soft knocks. Knock, knock, knock. Her eyes darted toward the staircase. The sound came again, from upstairs. She hesitated, heart pounding. It's just the wind, she whispered. But the wind didn't knock 3 times. She climbed the stairs slowly, flashlight trembling in her hand. The hall was dark, silent, except for that door. The one that wouldn't open. She leaned in. Hello. No response. Then, faintly, so faint she thought she imagined it, came a voice. I'm sorry. Her breath caught. Who's there? Nothing. Just rain. She exhaled shakily and backed away. You're tired, Emily, she muttered. Hallucinating. Probably the pipes. She didn't sleep again that night. By morning, the town had already heard she'd moved in. That was how Maplewood worked. Everyone knew everyone. The first visitor was Mrs. Hensley, the florist from Main Street. She arrived with a basket of chrysanthemums and a smile that seemed too wide for her wrinkled face. I thought you could use some color, she said. That old Hale house can feel heavy. Emily blinked. Hale house. The woman nodded. Matthew Hale built it for his fiancée back in the 1920s. Poor thing, she never made it to the wedding. They say he waited for her right up until... She stopped herself, glancing toward the stairs. Until what? Emily asked. Mrs. Hensley sighed. Until he didn't have to wait anymore. That night, Emily unpacked her record player. Old jazz filled the living room, warm and crackling. She painted until her eyelids grew heavy. But just as she reached for her cup of tea, there it was again. 3 soft knocks. She froze. This time, she didn't move toward the stairs. Instead, she whispered, if someone's there, say something. Silence. Then, the candle flickered. I didn't mean to frighten you, said a voice. Her brush clattered to the floor. Who's there? I used to live here, the voice said, low and calm. My name is Matthew. She turned. And there he was. Not a phantom, not a shadow. Just a man. Tall, dark hair, eyes like autumn rain. His figure shimmered faintly in the candlelight, but he smiled softly, as if the years hadn't taken everything from him. Emily's pulse raced. This isn't real, she breathed. Maybe not, he said gently. But you see me anyway. In the days that followed, he came and went like a memory. Sometimes at dusk, sometimes when she painted. He would stand by the window, watching her quietly. His presence filled the room with calm, not fear. You're not trapped, are you? she asked once. He smiled faintly. I was. Until you moved in. Why me? Because you opened the door. But I didn't. He nodded toward her heart. Not that one. Their conversations became her favorite part of the day. He told her about the past, the sound of horse-drawn carriages on cobblestones, his mother's rose garden, the gramophone he used to fix when it broke. She told him about the world he'd missed, cell phones, espresso machines, people who stared at screens more than sunsets. Sometimes, they'd just sit in silence, listening to the rain. I think you were meant to come here, he said one night. To finish something. Finish what? My story. On Halloween morning, the town buzzed with excitement. Children in costumes, orange lights strung across porches, laughter spilling down the streets. Emily decorated the house, candles in every window, a bowl of candy on the porch, and a single lantern by the upstairs door. When night fell, she felt a warmth fill the hall, familiar now, almost comforting. Matthew appeared by the lantern, smiling. You made it look beautiful again, he said softly. It deserves to be seen, she replied. You do, too. He stepped closer. Emily, tonight's the last night I can be here. Her heart stung. Why? Because you've done what no one else could. You remembered me. That's all I ever needed. Tears welled in her eyes. Then stay. He shook his head. I can't. Not here. But maybe, somewhere beyond the door. The wind grew gentle, the candlelight steady. He reached out his hand. She hesitated, then took it. It was warm, real, alive. For a heartbeat, the world felt suspended. She saw glimpses, a wedding dress, a letter unsent, a life unfinished. And then, peace. His voice broke through the stillness. You gave me back my ending, Emily. Her tears fell freely now. And you gave me back my beginning. The door creaked open for the first time since she'd moved in. Beyond it, light, soft and golden, like sunrise after endless rain. He smiled one last time. Goodbye, Emily. Goodbye, Matthew. He stepped through. The light faded. The door closed gently on its own. Days turned into weeks. The house no longer felt empty. It felt alive. Emily painted more than ever. Her gallery submissions sold instantly. People said her portraits had souls, light behind the eyes, love between the strokes. But the one painting she never sold was of a man by a half-open door, candlelight spilling over his smile. Every Halloween, she lights a candle for him, not out of grief, but gratitude. Because love, she learned, isn't always bound by life or death. Sometimes, it's the echo that lingers, just beyond the door. Love and us, every love has its own kind of magic. Some stay, some move on, but the truest ones never really leave. You've been listening to Love and Us. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us that love always finds a way.